I started in films because I have a brother named Simon Ring, who's also has a studio in Southern California. He has two studios. My father's a master in the martial arts, and so when we were very young, we started training at a very young age. I was 4, my brother was 7. We went through all the tournament scenes at a very young age, and after we grew out of the tournament stage, we went into promoting tournaments. And after promoting tournaments, stage is somewhat over, not over, but we've done it so much that we needed new challenges, and that's why I got into films. And I was a frustrated actor, and I did not want to be categorized as a martial artist who doesn't know how to act, or an actor who's trying to do martial arts. So I completely stayed in the acting arena for a while. And then we did our first film. Mr. Chung and I did a first film called Ninja Turf. And Ninja Turf did very successfully. And after that we did a picture called Silent Assassins, who started Sam Jones and Linda Blair, Malcolm. That was very successful. And then I opened up my own company called CFC Entertainment. From CFC Entertainment, out of the first picture out of CFC Entertainment is Best of the Best. I wanted to do a film that represent Best of the Best. Why I put the title is I want to show Best of the Best in terms of physical attributes and quality, the martial arts, but also Best of the Best in person-wise. The feeling, the true spirit of the martial art is what I wanted to portray, more so than so-called the chopsaki movies. He's a gentleman. They're all pros, and it was a great experience working with them. But I think it goes back to the martial art training. For every individual, an opportunity arises, and if you're ready, you could capture that opportunity and make it something. But if you are not ready, whether you're an actor, whether you're a businessman, whatever field that you are in, you lose that opportunity. So in that sense, I knew I was going to do that film. Since 1980, I knew I was going to do it. But it's all a matter of being ready in terms of can I hang with such pros as James Earl Jones. These are all Academy Award-winning actors. If it would look pretty stupid in the sense that if my acting ability was not up to par. The reason I did that film was for one reason only, and it was I felt an obligation to my children's class, because at one point in time I was in the locker room and I was in the restroom where the kids couldn't see me, and I overheard kids talking and say, "Did you see Mr. Rhee's movies?" They were referring to Ninja Turf and Silence. And one kid says, "Yes. What did you think of it?" He goes, "It's great and everything, but Mr. Rhee teaches us not to hurt people and to fight people, but he's killing everyone." So I said, But it was cute, but at the same time, I felt an obligation I was somewhat contradicting what I was teaching. So at least one film I wanted to do, which was a PG-13, not a rated R movie. And that's what I did. It was a PG-13 movie. So my obligation is fulfilled. But it's tough to make a martial art movie with a substance, because a lot of times there's another aspect of the commercial value of action picture. Sometimes they have great action but no substance, and there are films that has a lot of substance and there's no action. So in that sense, it's very tough. For martial artists, I think there's one very important factor that is dissipating among the martial art community. Is I'm beginning to see a lot of disrespect between each styles and the instructors out there is somewhat plays a very important key role in that. Instructor who says our style is the best, that style is no good. That's a very old traditional philosophy, which is not good, and that kind of philosophy only brings bitterness among martial artists. Uh, I think there has to be more respect among the martial artists and black belts. Now, if you go to a tournament, it's a circus. Students don't know how to wear their uniform. They don't even know how to tie their belt. Everybody's coming out in T-shirts. I mean, the whole scene, we as martial artists, what we represent becomes vastly degraded by practitioners who lose where they came from and the tradition of the art, which is very important, I feel, for the longevity of the martial art to continue. If individual who, let's say, play tennis or swimming or hockey, anything of that nature, or golf even, the outside society has a somewhat of a respect of their art. Yes, I think it's very important that individual or the children or the child finds what he wants to do early in life, very early in life. Whether he wants to be a dentist or a doctor or whether he wants to be a martial arts teacher, whatever it is, and don't do it for the money. Do it for the reason because you enjoy what you're doing, and I think that's very important. There's a lot of people that does various of things that does not enjoy what they're doing. I, at this point in my life, I do not have to teach. I do not have to teach for a living in another sense. But that's something that I've always enjoyed doing, and I always will continue doing, because martial art is not something that is to be kept. It's to be shared with everybody. This is Phillip Rhee from Martial Art World.